Alrighty, Song of Solomon chapter 1 verses 9 through 11 says, "To me, my darling, you are like my mare among the chariots of Pharaoh. Your cheeks are lovely with ornaments, your neck with strings of beads. We will make for you ornaments of gold with beads of silver." So here the bridegroom speaks again, and he starts off and says, "To me, my darling, you're like my mare among the chariots of Pharaoh." So the key thing here is he starts off and says, "My darling." So going through this whole journey of her, I'm dark and lovely, and I'm hungry. Tell me where you feed your flock. He responds to that, not only by telling her where he feeds his flock, but he says, "To me, this is how I think about you, my darling. You're my favorite one. You're the one that I delight in. You're my dearest one." He's just expressing his delight and his affection over her, despite how she feels in this moment. And, many of us are striving to earn the right to be in God's kingdom, but he wants us to understand that he already delights in us. That when we take a hold of that reality, when we take a hold of resting in his delight, we will stop striving and realize, oh, he enjoys me. And that opens the door to so much in our relationship with him. He then calls her a mare or a horse. Now today that's probably not a good compliment, but this is what he's referring to. It's the strong desire, that longing inside of her heart to know him. This, "Tell me where you feed your flock. I want to be by you." He's saying, oh, that strong desire is like a horse that's pulling a king's carriage, that's pulling a king's chariot. It's interesting. Joel describes Joel's army, to have the appearance of horses in the day of battle. So perhaps the picture of Jesus returning to the earth is him riding literally on his bride, literally like a horse, ushering him back to the earth, ushering his presence to the earth, looking like these strong horses that carry the glory and power of God. That's intense, and this is what the bridegroom says here, that you are like this strong and mighty horse. Your desire to know me is powerful. All right, then he says, your cheeks are lovely with ornaments, your neck with strings of beads. So what do you think of when you see somebody's cheeks? Look at my cheeks now, smiling. I'm happy, right? You're seeing that I'm excited, that I'm happy about what I'm talking about. Our cheeks, our face, our countenance display what's happening on the inside of us. And so he's saying that I see your emotions. I see your face, and it's lovely to me. It's lovely to me. Your cheeks are lovely with ornaments. The Lord made us to be emotional. That's an important thing for us to address. Emotions are not bad. He knows how to use these emotions and turn them toward him, and they are an essential part to worshiping him. They're an essential part to encountering him and being loved by him. And so, more than anything, let him impact those emotions. He says that they're lovely to him. The ornaments, or the earrings, they speak of the grace gifts that he's placed on us to mark us with beauty. So not only does he delight in those emotions, but he adorns our face with grace. He decorates those emotions and enhances those emotions with his ornaments. The necklaces adorn the neck, right? That's pretty obvious. And the neck speaks of our will, right? The Bible talks about people being stiff-necked and not willing to follow the Lord. But our neck simply turns our head, and wherever we're looking is where we walk, right? So that is our will and our desire to follow him. So he sees that longing in the heart of the bride to not be stiff-necked, and he adorns that with a necklace of authority, with gold, with his gems. Then he says, we will make for you ornaments of gold with beads of silver. So the ornaments of gold and silver, they speak of the Christ-like character that's being developed in the bride, that's at work in her. The heart of somebody that's captivated and drawn after Jesus is literally like refined gold. It's literally like beauty being refined and being stored away. It's gold, it's worth something, it's costly. He will sanctify his bride, and she will now be radiant and never covered with shame. She was once covered with, I'm dark and lovely, my sin is showing, and now he is refining her with gold. The Holy Trinity, we will adorn you. That's what they say it here. The Holy Trinity promises to decorate her in their expensive beauty. He will complete the work in her. He will fully beautify her and sanctify her. The bridegroom will complete the work of refining her heart. Where she lacks, he will supply. He will come through. It's not her responsibility to dress herself up and try to make herself look presentable. It's the responsibility of the bridegroom to decorate her and to beautify her, which is really exciting because that means the finished work of the cross and our proximity to Jesus, our closeness, our abiding in Jesus, that sanctification process is what causes us to shine. He decorates us in beauty. And it's not us trying to earn something or prove something to him. He does it, and he calls us beautiful. He's the one who loves us and decorates us. So this is exciting. We'll see what happens next. Bless you guys.